Every day without a step forward is a step back. Let that truth strike you. Let it sink into your bones. Life does not pause. Time does not wait. The world does not freeze for your hesitation. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people don't see it. They think standing still is safe. They think waiting is neutral. They think doing nothing is harmless. But nothing is never neutral. Waiting is never harmless. Stillness is never safe. Because the current of life is always moving. And if you don't move with it, you drift backward. If you don't climb, you slide. If you don't grow, you shrink. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's a quotable line: there is no pause button in life. There is only play or rewind. Think about it. Muscles don't stay the same when you stop training. They weaken. Skills don't stay sharp when you stop practicing. They dull. Relationships don't stay warm when you stop investing. They fade. Dreams don't stay alive when you stop acting. They die. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people comfort themselves with illusions. They say, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll change next week. I'll move when I feel ready." But tomorrow never arrives. Next week never saves them. Readiness never comes. And while they wait, their life silently slips away. They don't notice the decay until it's too late. That person, the one who rises, knows the truth. That person refuses to wait. That person moves today, even when it's small, even when it's messy, even when it's painful. Because that person knows, every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's another quotable line: the slowest step forward still beats standing still. Story 1. A boy wanted to learn the guitar. He dreamed of stages, crowds, music. But he kept waiting for free time, for inspiration, for motivation. Weeks turned to months. His guitar gathered dust. His dream shriveled. Another boy, with no more talent, picked up the guitar for 10 minutes each day. One step. Just 10 minutes. Over time, those steps turned into songs. Those songs turned into performances. Those performances turned into a career. The difference wasn't talent. It was the truth. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people believe in giant leaps. They wait for the big chance, the dramatic breakthrough, the one golden opportunity. But greatness is not built on rare leaps. It is built on daily steps. Small, relentless, unglamorous steps. That person understands this. That person values the unseen progress, the quiet effort, the invisible victories. Because that person knows, every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's a quotable line: dreams rot while waiting for leaps. Dreams grow with daily steps. Story 2. A young woman wanted to start a business. She thought she needed the perfect plan, the perfect partner, the perfect timing. So she waited. 5 years passed. Nothing happened. Another woman, with fewer resources, started messy. She sold one product. She made one call. She took one step. Each day, another step. Within 5 years, she built a thriving company. The first woman had ideas. The second had action. And action always wins. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people think comfort is neutral. They think staying where they are means holding ground. But comfort is a thief. Comfort silently steals progress. Comfort quietly robs growth. Comfort pretends to be safety, but it is slow suicide. That person sees comfort for what it is, the enemy. That person resists it. That person chooses discomfort, pain, effort, risk, because that person knows every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's a quotable line: comfort feels safe, but it is the most dangerous place you can live. Story 3. Two men started training at the same time. One pushed hard for 3 months, then stopped. He thought pausing was fine, that he'd return stronger. But when he came back, he was weaker than when he began. The other man never stopped. Some days light, some days heavy, but always a step. Years later, one had excuses. The other had strength. The difference was not intensity. It was consistency. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people are blind to the drift. They don't notice the slide until they've lost everything. Health declines slowly. Relationships break silently. Dreams fade quietly. But by the time they open their eyes, the ceiling has collapsed. That person keeps their eyes open. That person knows decay is always working. That person fights back daily with steps. Here's a quotable line: if you're not fighting for growth, you're surrendering to decay. Story 4. A worker ignored learning. He thought his job was safe. But while he stayed still, the world advanced. Technology changed. Skills evolved. One day, his job vanished. He was left behind, not because he was lazy, but because he refused to step forward daily. Another worker, no more gifted, studied each week. He kept growing. When change came, he thrived. One stayed. One stepped. And one survived. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people think time is forgiving. They think they can always catch up later. But time is ruthless. Time doesn't pause. Time doesn't forgive. Time doesn't wait. That person respects time. That person uses it. That person makes each day count. Because they know every lost day is a stolen step backward. Here's a quotable line: time is not money. Time is movement. Spend it moving forward, or it spends you moving back. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Every day without a step forward is a step back. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is reality. The world does not care about your excuses. Time does not pity your feelings. Progress does not wait for your readiness. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Discipline versus feelings. Most people live by feelings. They ask themselves every morning, do I feel like it today? And if the answer is no, they stop. If the mood is low, they surrender. If the weather is bad, they quit. And each day they let feelings win, they move backward. Because life punishes hesitation. That person doesn't ask feelings for permission. That person acts regardless of mood. That person shows up in the cold, in the dark, in the pain. That person knows discipline is the only engine that moves forward when feelings say stop. Story 1. A runner woke up before dawn to train. Most mornings, he didn't want to. But he did. His friend, equally talented, only ran when inspired. At first, They were equal. Years later, one was a champion, the other forgotten. The difference was not talent. It was discipline. Because every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's a quotable line: feelings don't finish races. Steps do. Responsibility. Most people blame. They fail to move, and they excuse it. The system. The boss. The weather. The economy. Blame is comfortable, but blame is paralysis. Blame gives you the illusion of innocence, but it robs you of progress. That person refuses to blame. That person takes responsibility. That person says, "My growth is mine. My steps are mine. My life is mine." And because they take ownership, they take steps. Because they take steps, they rise. Story 2. Two men lost their jobs. One blamed the company, cursed his fate, and waited for someone to save him. Months passed. His life decayed. The other said, "It's mine to rebuild." He studied, applied, learned, tried again. Within a year, he had a better job than before. Both suffered. One stepped. One sank. Here's a quotable line: excuses keep you still. Responsibility keeps you moving. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Fear versus courage. Most people fear stepping forward. They see the risk, the unknown, the possibility of failure, and they freeze. But fear never keeps you in place. Fear drags you backward. Fear shrinks your world, your confidence, your life. That person steps anyway. That person walks into fear. That person knows courage is not the absence of fear, it is forward motion despite fear. And each step forward kills fear a little more. Story 3. A young woman wanted to speak on stage. Fear said, "Don't. You'll fail. You'll be humiliated." For years, she stayed silent. And each year, her dream faded further. Another woman, equally afraid, stepped forward anyway. Her voice shook. Her hands trembled. But she spoke. And each time she stepped forward, courage grew. Years later, she stood as a leader. Fear didn't leave on its own. It was destroyed by steps. Here's a quotable line: fear grows when you stand still. Fear dies when you step forward. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Consistency. Most people sprint, then stop. They start diets, workouts, projects with fire, but the fire burns out and they stop moving. Stopping feels neutral, but it is not. Because muscles weaken, habits fade, skills rot. Every pause is a step back. That person doesn't sprint and stop. That person walks daily. That person knows slow consistency is stronger than fast inconsistency. That person wins not by intensity, but by persistence. Story 4. Two friends opened online stores. One worked day and night for a month, then burned out and quit. The other worked 1 hour daily, every day, without fail. 2 years later, one had a hobby that died. The other had a business that thrived. One sprinted. One stepped. And only one survived. Here's a quotable line: consistency beats intensity when intensity cannot last. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Long-term vision. Most people live for today. They seek comfort now, reward now, results now. And because they chase the quick, they sacrifice the great. They stay still when they don't see instant results, not realizing stillness drags them backward. That person looks farther. That person sacrifices now for tomorrow. That person knows that small steps, invisible today, build empires tomorrow. That person treats failure not as defeat but as feedback, not as loss but as instruction to adjust. Story 5. A farmer planted trees. For years, they bore no fruit. His neighbors mocked him and called him a failure. They planted fast crops, sold quickly, celebrated early success. But when drought came, their crops died. His orchard endured. His vision carried him forward while others stepped back. Here's a quotable line: short vision sees failure. Long vision sees instruction. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Serving others. Most people walk only for themselves. They measure progress by personal comfort, personal gain. But selfish steps are fragile. When pain comes, when motivation fades, selfishness collapses. That person serves. That person steps not just for themselves, but for others. That person knows responsibility grows when shared. That person knows that walking for someone else doubles your strength. Story 6. A teacher worked in a poor village. Progress was slow, failures constant. She wanted to quit, but she remembered the children. Each step forward for her meant a future for them. She continued. Years later, those children became leaders. Her steps changed generations. Here's a quotable line: steps for yourself stop early. Steps for others never stop. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people wait. They wait for motivation. They wait for clarity. They wait for the perfect moment. But while they wait, life moves. And when life moves without you, you are not standing still. You are sliding backward. That person knows the perfect moment is now. That person knows the perfect condition is action. That person knows every small step compounds into greatness. Most people stop when it hurts. That person steps through the hurt. Most people stop when afraid. That person steps afraid. Most people stop when tired. That person steps tired. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's one more quotable line: you don't need giant leaps. You need daily steps. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Say it again. Let it echo inside you. Let it pierce through your excuses. Let it crush the myth that standing still is safe. Because standing still is not safe. Standing still is sinking. Standing still is sliding. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people will never understand this. They live in the fantasy of neutral. They think waiting is harmless. They think delay is safe. They think tomorrow is guaranteed. But life doesn't pause. Time doesn't freeze. The clock never stops ticking. And each tick drags them backward. They don't see it until it's too late. They don't see the decay until the mirror shows age, until the dream is gone, until the body is weak. That person refuses the lie. That person knows there is no neutral. That person knows you either grow or you decay. You either climb or you slide. You either step or you sink. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Here's a quotable line: stillness is not safety. Stillness is slow death. Story 1. A man dreamed of learning a new language. He downloaded the books, the apps, the lessons. And then he waited. A month passed. Then a year. His dream never moved. Another man studied 5 words daily. Just 5. Small steps. But a year later, he spoke fluently. One waited. One stepped. And only one grew. Most people will wait forever for inspiration. They think the right feeling must come before the right action. But feelings follow steps. Inspiration follows motion. Growth follows discipline. That person acts first. That person steps first. That person knows emotion is a servant, not a master. Here's another quotable line: action creates motivation. Steps create fire. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people want to leap, not walk. They want shortcuts, hacks, sudden success. And because they want leaps, they despise steps. But life is not built on leaps. Life is built on steps. Every empire, every victory, every transformation is made of daily steps. Miss one, you lose ground. Miss many, you lose destiny. That person embraces steps. That person doesn't despise small beginnings. That person doesn't mock tiny progress. That person knows every step compounds. That person knows every day counts. Story 2. A woman wanted to get fit. She tried a 30-day extreme program. She failed, burned out, quit. Another woman walked daily for 20 minutes. Nothing dramatic. Nothing extreme. But day after day, she walked. Years later, her body transformed. Her health soared. Her life expanded. Small steps won. Missed steps killed. Here's another quotable line: leaps impress. Steps transform. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people let fear freeze them. They tell themselves, not now. Not ready. Not safe. But fear is not neutral. Fear is pulling them backward while they stand still. That person steps afraid. That person knows courage is motion through fear, not absence of it. Story 3. A young entrepreneur pitched her idea. Investors laughed. She froze. 4 months, she did nothing. Each day her dream shrank. Another entrepreneur failed the same way. But the next day, she pitched again. And again. Each rejection was painful, but each was a step. Years later, she succeeded. Fear froze one. Fear fed the other. Here's a quotable line: fear grows when you stand still. Fear dies when you step forward. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people waste life in excuses. I'm tired. I'm busy. I'm stressed. I'm waiting. Excuses feel safe, but excuses are rot. Excuses keep you blind while your life slides away. That person destroys excuses. That person doesn't ask, can I? That person asks, will I step today? And the answer is always yes. Story 4. A worker wanted to start an online store. For years, he said, I'm too busy. He stayed still. Meanwhile, his colleague took one step each night, one product, one post, one call. Years later, one man still said, I'm too busy. The other built freedom. Here's another quotable line: excuses sound safe, but they steal steps. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people will hear this truth and nod. They will say, "Yes, that's powerful." Then they will do nothing. Tomorrow, they will wake up and stay still again. And their ceiling will lower again. Their dreams will rot again. That person is different. That person acts on the truth. That person knows knowledge without steps is poison. Story 5. A soldier trained with champions. Some listened, some talked, but only a few acted. On the battlefield, the difference was clear. Those who took daily steps survived. Those who waited died. Stillness killed them. Action saved them. Here's another quotable line: knowledge without steps is wasted oxygen. Every day without a step forward is a step back. So now the choice is yours. You've heard the truth. You've felt it. You've seen it. But what will you do? Will you stand still and slide? Or will you step forward and rise? Will you waste today, waiting for tomorrow? Or will you use today, because tomorrow is never promised? Every day without a step forward is a step back. Say it again. Burn it in your mind. Carve it into your soul. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Most people will waste this day. They will stand still and step back. But not you. Not now. Be that person who steps. Be that person who moves. Be that person who grows. Be that person today. Not tomorrow. Because tomorrow is a lie. Later is a trap. Someday is a grave. Today is the only truth. Today is the only time. Today is the only chance. Every day without a step forward is a step back. So step. Even small. Even scared. Even tired. Step. Because each step forward breaks chains. Each step forward raises ceilings. Each step forward saves dreams. Every day without a step forward is a step back. Be that person today. Not tomorrow.